Okay, I am back. Sorry. Sorry, I'm back. All right, let me just spend a moment here to see what cams I got to work with, and I'll get those going. Oh, look at this. Oh, my goodness. Tim is in repose. And I'm gonna flip Tim's camera here just be advised, it's a flipped camera. All right, there we go. Was the what? Oh, it was not about stencil readiness. No, not at all. The general phenomena was about putting meme countries or meme data into the bot, because it makes it hard to know where people are from if I don't know a player that well. That's all. But it wasn't aimed at you. It was aimed at a general phenomenon, which I encountered multiple times today. You have an awful feeling you're not stencil ready? That's fine. If you put on a just put on a game and I'll do it for you. Let me do it. I can do it faster probably. So just put a game on and I'll do it for you. Oh my god, I can't even see the game. Do you? What am I even seeing? I can't even. I don't see. I can't. How do I get that stencil ready? I don't know how to. I don't know how to do that. Oh, there you go. All right, that'll help. That'll help. Thank you. I appreciate that. That was very kind. All right, let me see how we're doing. It's, considering that, it's been 4 years and zero effort, it's not bad. Let me just I love my life. I love it. All right, let's see what I can do here. Move this over here roughly. Width has to come in. Width isn't all right. And then height is the real problem. All right. Well, that's probably close enough. Let's see how it looks. Let's see. That'll work. That'll do, pig. That'll do. And then players, just make sure that you turn on your Hertz and input display on your gym cartridge before we begin. You can finish out your games here, but anyway, while you're doing that, let me just give people the rundown of what is up. We already have played the orange bracket. AV Geek emerged victorious, and we'll be taking on Merker in the top 16. So right now, we're going to do Myles versus Tim. Tim's making his Das Masters debut. The winner of this will move on to face Tugi And all of this is to feed into a match in the top 16 against Leo. So that orange bracket, that was our opening round here. If you want to see the whole deal, there it is. You can screenshot it and admire it. There's that. And just a reminder, we do have a prize pool. You can contribute to it. We don't have any sponsors to sponsor the prize pool. It's not coming out of my trust fund or anything like that. So if you want to make that prize pool go higher, you want to encourage us to do more DAS Masters tournaments, use the Matcherino command while you're watching live on Twitch or on YouTube. That'll bring up some links. There's like 4 links because we have 4 active tournaments. Click on the one that says DAS. It'll open up the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner, Matcherino. Top right-hand corner, there's a login button. Click on that. It'll open up a little dialogue where you can log in. It's easy. You can use your existing Twitch or YouTube account. Once you're in, there's a couple of buttons. One there says contribution code. That is free. You just click on that, and it doesn't, it just puts money in there, 25 cents for up to 50 times for, 1 account apiece. And then if you want to contribute more, you can just hit the mustard-colored button that says contribute. So Matcherino, that is the command to use. Go.ctm.dg/DAS prize is what you can do. Also want to thank our patrons. Scott Gray, Jay in the Window, K9 Tacky, Corporal Shelby, Troy Dan, Kim M, Rogue Potato, Cacket, Mila, Jason, and everybody else on this slide for helping to make this tournament and all of our tournaments possible. Thank you so much for that. And just to give you a sense of what else is coming up, we do have another stream coming up today, 3 p.m. Central, 20 UTC. It's going to be the kickoff of our Masters bracket, orange bracket, or Masters tournament, orange bracket, Sunny versus Somalian versus Myles. And if you're wondering when the stupid Tetris monthly finale is, I know everybody is. That's going to be Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Time, 1 a.m. UTC. Sorry, Europe, but you don't care about stupid Tetris. It's going to be Dog, Gerald, Dylan, and Chirpy. Okay. Players, I have put pieces in the chat. If we could get a mod to pin them, I'll do the first one. You do the rest of them. That would help out a lot. 4B-C1A2, 4 Bravo Charlie 1A2. All right, so 4BC1A2, and then if you just need, do you have a way to signal ready? Ready. Okay. Looks like both players are ready. It is Classic Tetris Monthly DAS Masters for August 2025. Round 1, purple bracket, Myles versus Tim in 3, 2, 1 Tetris. Look at that. Started almost right as I said Tetris. Amazing. On the left side of your screen, it is Myles. You know Myles, a.k.a. Myles the Great. Qualified into this tournament, seed number 21, with a 977,000 average of his best 2 games played in a 1-hour qualifying period. Army of Markness with the 384 contribution to the prize pool. Gets us up to $12.34. Appreciate that, Army of Markness. Myles from the United States of America has a DAS PB of 1.21 million. That's it's about 53rd on the DAS list. Myles not ranked as a DAS player, but is ranked on the open list at number 12. He's the 6th player ever to crash the game. That was in May of last year. He's been in DAS Masters. This is his 8th appearance, has finished as high as the top 8. He's up pretty high on this board right now. So let's see if I can get through the intros, and no, I cannot. So Tim, you're making your debut in DAS Masters, and you have won your first game courtesy of Myles the Magnanimous. So Tim, you are good in game number 1. Vandy, I bet no one gives you grief about Tim's profile picture being redundant with his webcam this stream. I mean, his profile picture is way better than his webcam, so like way better. So that's why we have them. Sometimes you can't see people, you know. You want to really get a look at them. All right, new pieces players. 4375 B5 2011 MacBook Supremacy says Tim. Myles says my bad. I'll lock in. No problem. You can't let person in his new, like in his debut, get past you. I mean, that's like the ultimate indignity. 437 CB5 437 Charlie Bravo 5. SV says Tim isn't a massive underdog, especially with Myles not maining DAS. Well, no one said he's an underdog, but it is his first time, so you're not supposed to advance in your first time, you know. All right, looks like both players are on seed. Both players are ready. Game number 2. Let's see if I can get through the intros in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Tim up 1-0. And just to continue on with Myles, if he'll let us, this is Myles' 8th DAS Masters appearance. He's finished as high as the top 8, which he did in February. He's been in our Masters event, in our monthly Masters event. He's been in the finals 3 times and an additional 1 time in the Lone Star finals in 2024. Been in Mega Masters 4 times. Finishing in the top 16 3 times. Myles also was one of the few players to have played in our early Stupid Tetris Championship back in 2020 and 2021. Won a Challenger circuit back in January of 2023. 5-time CTWC Gold Bracket player, finishing the top 8 this year and the year previous. And you've seen him at a bunch of regionals, including the Desert Qualifier, which he won in 2022, Stillwater, Waco, Genesis, over the last several years. And on the right side, it's Tim. I don't know. Tim making his debut here in DAS Masters. Qualified into seed number 28 with a 937,000. 82,000 here for Myles, 122 for Tim. Tim from where? Well, it's hard to say, but as far as I can tell, I had detectives on the case, and they say Great Britain. Tim with a DAS PB of 1.13 million. That's almost a top 100 score in DAS. I mean, I've seen Tim for years in our chat, and yet this is really, I think, the first time I've casted Tim, but maybe, I feel like maybe during a Tetris deathmatch I've casted Tim, maybe. But 171 here for Tim. Oh, Tim is on wrong seed. Oh, shoot, wrong seeds. Oh, we are on wrong seeds, players. We're going to restart this one since it's early enough. So let's go ahead and redo this. I guess Tim is on wrong seed. I didn't notice it. I thought I noticed. So Tugi confirms. All right, that was a good extended warm-up, guys. Good extended warm-up. The B for 3. It was hard for me to see on Tim's capture. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. It's totally fine. So let's say that the seed is going to be this. We're just going to increment. It's going to be 5C. Get that B out of there. 5C, C1A2, okay? 5 Charlie, Charlie 1, Alpha 2. I'm so sorry I didn't notice. It was really actually hard for me to see on the capture. So we increment only when it's a fouled game and I don't feel like re-rolling, and there's no need to. So 5C, C1A2. All right, let me make 1,000,000% sure. 5CC 1A2. Okay. Yeah, thanks guys for telling me. I just couldn't. I had a hard time seeing it, but my apologies. All right, we're really going to start game number 2, and I got to redo the intros. All right, we're starting again. Game number 2. Tim, Myles. Game 2. 3, 2, 1 Tetris. I'm checking now. All right. These look like the first 3 correct pieces. 4. I think we're good. So anyway, we're going to pretend that game 2 didn't happen, which means I have to go through Myles' facts again. I don't remember where I let off, but you guys know Myles, right? Making his 8th DAS Masters appearance. He finished in the top 8 in February. Challenger circuit, 5-time gold bracket winner, top 8 last 2 years. And you've seen him at various regionals, including Desert Regional, which he won in 2022. Stillwater came in 2nd last year. Waco 2nd last year. Genesis 4th last year. You've seen him all over. You know who Myles is. And on the right side, it's Tim, who qualified in with a 937. That was the average of his best 2 games played in a 1-hour qualifying period. Tim making his debut, already up 1-0 very quickly after that early top from Myles. So Myles giving him a welcome gift. Welcome to DAS Masters. Here's a present. Tim with a 1.13 million PB, which is good for about 107 on the PB list that I consult. Why can I hear myself? That's weird.
Why has he said that again? Where has this come from?
I don't know why I can hear myself. That is really weird. Yeah, Tim also... Oh, Tim played in CTWC 2021. I saw Tim at CTWC... Or the CTWC UK. Yeah, I'll have to look into why that is. I must have some window open. 168 for Tim, 169 for Myles. Myles has to take a triple. And Myles is bored. Yeah, this is going to be really tough for him to survive this here. And Tetris for Tim, 221. Myles still down stacking. Really using L piece here. There's the L. Now a good J for the left. He's bringing it down. And so Myles with the survival. Great survival for Myles. And Myles with the Tetris. So kind of a Myles dig in DAS, which we're not as much used to. But there you go. 223 for Myles, 277 for Tim. Tim up by 50, 55,000. All right, 275 Myles, 306 Tim. All right, Tetris, Tim, 382, 369, Myles. Hello, DJ Mr. Burrow. Add the best, Luis. Oh, that stream's going good. Tetris for Mario, Jungle Cook, Mark Driss hanging out over on YouTube. All right, Tim with a dirty Tetris, 429, 394 for Myles. Okay, Myles really kind of all in on a bar here. Well, maybe not quite all in. Sort of. Really needs one. Gets it over 422 and another one for a split triple. So he's going to knock this stack back down 7 rows just in time for level 19. He's in at 432. Tim at 482. So 50,000 point difference. Low transitions relatively for both. But I'm surprised Myles still stacking, to be honest. I mean, that was just crazy. So multiple bouts of trouble for Myles to survive. He's still in at 441, 489 for Tim. All right, I found it. I found the culprit. I found where it was. Apparently, I had a whole other set of browser tabs open. And I found it. 562 for, it was very distracting. 563 for Tim. 488 Myles. Like, where is this coming from? Tim with a Tetris, 595, 494 for Myles. So Myles back by about 120,000 or so. Little interesting little bridge burn there for Myles, but still not quite ready for a Tetris. Tim has to cover the well. All right, Tim going to bring down a triple. He had a long bar in the window, though. Oh, Myles finally going to run out of luck here. That is going to be a top out for Myles at 507. And Tim is good in game number 2. So, Tim, you are welcome to mulling it out or whatever you want to do is fine. You earned it. I'm just going to... All right, there you go. Apparently, I had this whole other set of tabs open with like CTWC UK and CTWC DAS, and monthly Tetris was open, so all these noises were coming in. I had to pull Tim's headshot from the CTWC UK broadcast, right? I did that like right before. No, I did it this morning. Oh, they do have headshots? Yeah, Tugi, if you have a folder, do you know what, if you have access to that folder, or if you know who does, can you have them share it to me in DMs? Because I would love that folder. I mean, Dan V probably has access, right? Yeah, just set it's public. Okay. Yeah, thank you. That really helps. You know, I'm trying to, I don't know. I just like having these headshots here. It is in CTWC Discord. I don't even know if I'm in that Discord, so I'll have to look. Okay, I'm going to check really closely. 325 EE3, all right? You have a 1.17? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any way of knowing that. One thing before I get on a rant, one thing I would love to do is to reconfigure the bot to get away from 19 PBs and all these, and PAL, and just have dash, tap, and roll. Like that's what the game is centered on nowadays. All right, looks like both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get them started in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Just have PAL. I mean, back in the day when we made the bot, like it was people were tracking their 18 starts and their 19 starts, and the bot was made before, like, you know, rolling existed and before tapping and dash were really that much different in their PBs. So we never really care about playstyle PBs, but nowadays it seems like the whole scene is kind of centered around different playstyle tournaments, and I think those would be the most important PBs to have in the bot. So maybe I'll get, when I have time, when is that? Maybe I'll get with sort of the bot owners and think about reconfiguring all the stakeholders and think about recentering the data that's collected around playstyle PBs. 50,000 for Myles, 71,000 for Tim. So this is game number 3. Myles is up against it. He's got to win this one to continue on in this match and in this tournament. Tim here in his Dash Masters debut, but of course not in a Tetris debut. I mean, he's played a lot of competitive Tetris. Tim played in, of course, CTWC UK, played in Poland last year, played in the silver bracket in 2024, CTWC UK in 2023, played in bronze in 2021, the second online year. So he goes back a while. His first match, Tim's first ever match in the match database, at least ELO wise, was against Casually Owning. That's a name. I saw Casually Owning at CTWC UK this year. That was a surprise. But those of you who go way back remember CTC, the old Discord server, and Casually Owning was the owner of that. So that's like deep lore right there. So 256 for Tim, 218 for Myles. Ramble on Ian with the raid party of 2. Oh, by the way, I think we also had a follower, Z-Piece. Thank you. Reminder, if you are an Amazon Prime customer, you also get a Twitch Prime gaming subscription to grant to the streamer of your choice on a monthly basis, but it is use it or lose it. So if you don't use it in a given month, you do not get to save and stack them or anything like that. It just goes right into the Bezos fund for sending washed up pop stars to space. 350 for Tim, 291 for Myles. So, you know, use it on us, use it on other people, other streamers. It costs you nothing over and above your Amazon Prime subscription fees, but it does give a little bit of a financial boost to the streamer to whom you grant it. Thank you and have a nice day. 398 for Tim, 361 for Myles. Tetris Tim, 422. Myles, 364. By the way, if you're a fan of Myles, there is more Myles today. Myles will be playing in Masters August And that first bracket, the orange bracket, will start at 3 p.m. Texas time. It's 1:39 right now, so an hour and 21 minutes. 470 for Tim, 391 for Myles. I know we're under 200 subscribers right now for the first time in a while. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I do like Tim like wiggling some of these pieces kind of. I don't understand it, but I'm enjoying it. $417 Myles. There's a Tetris. Tim needs to downstack here. Threes Two says Myles could face 2 British today. Oh my goodness. Myles with the Tetris, 488. So Tim now finally with a clean board going to transfer that whole setup over to column 10. And he's built up and gets a Tetris. Tim, 535. Myles just a few lines away. Both of them just a few lines away from 19. That speed is going to increase by 50%. So right now we're going 60 miles an hour. And now on Tim's side, we're going 90 miles an hour. Myles is set up for a Tetris down the middle, and he is all in on it, and he is blocked, and he is done. Myles is going to top out, and Tim is good and sweeps Myles in round 1. So Myles, GG's to you. We will see you in a little bit playing in the Masters event, but Tim will be moving on in his Das Masters debut to take on Tugi. All right, Tim, you can mullen it out if you wish. It's easy for us to get this set up. So goodbye 21. Hello 12. There's Tugs. I'll go ahead and set up the camera here real quick. What are you? You're 12. Tugi is 12. Myles was 21. All right, Tim's still going. Let me report this to the centralized Tetris reporting agency. All right, Tim, 770 on 25. There's a Tetris. All right, 801 on 25. Still maxable. Oh, there you go. That's going to help. So, yeah, this is definitely maxable. SV says Tim has a few comp maxes, I think, anyway. 2 burns here, says Poopy. All right, so Tetris is here. We're 36,000, so... Oh, there's a nice long bar. Okay. There's one. He's got a tuck. Oh, no, can't quite get it, but a 951 into 28. Pretty darn good. GG's Tim. Now, Tim, if you need to take a, that's not how I expected that match to go. Well, I don't know, man. Did pretty well. And of course, Myles not a DAS main, so maybe his heart is not in it. Anyway, Tim, if you do need to take a quick break, we have time. So if you need to take a minute or two, that is totally fine, given that you just... But then again, you mullened, right? So to me, mullen is break, right? But if you need to take a break, that's fine. Yeah, you can take 2 minutes. That's fine. 2 minutes is good. All right, we'll give everybody a look at the bracket real quick. So here we are. Tugi, we playing Tim. Purple, orange already settled. And then also just to give you a look at what is coming up in the schedule. So later today, basically an hour and 15 minutes from now, we do have another bracket. It's going to be Masters, Sunny Somalian, and Myles. That is at 3 p.m. Central Time, 20 UTC. Is that right? 12 plus 3 is 15 plus 5 is 20. Okay, yes. And then Tuesday, more Masters. It's going to be Pink, Shadow, Coster, and Cobra, Green, and Red on Wednesday. One at 11:30, the other at 7. Is that 7? Is that right? 7? Oh, we've got that Pink is 11 p.m. on Tuesday. And then I've got an 11:30 or the next morning. My goodness. And then the Stupid Tetris Monthly Finale, Dog, Gerald, Dylan, and Jerpy. That is happening. Can't wait for that. No Next Box finale. Then we never have to play No Next Box again. I am delaying the launch of qualifying for the next month of tournaments just because I have a little bit of uncertainty about whether or not I'll be able to stream them. So I should know more on Monday. And we might extend qualifying a little bit as well. So, yeah. Okay. Looks like Tim is back, I think, or almost back. Oh, wait. So Tim is not in his chair, but okay. Little detective work. Tim not in his chair, but Tim is... Oh, you are? Oh, let me refresh this then. I was going to say, if you're not in your chair, but you're typing, you're in a different chair. Vandy, what bracket will I be able to make it into if I have a PB? Oh, there you are. What bracket will I make it into if I have a PB of 540K? Probably community tournament tier 3. Because unless we get to tier 4, probably the lowest community tier, honestly. Pasta with sauce is here. That's Ravioli from YouTube. Welcome. All right, you ready for the seed? Let's go. All right, the seed is in chat. 149BAC. But like this month, you would have landed in tier 3 mostly because we only had 3 community tiers. Kind of a light month, I got to admit. I feel like quals were a little bit lower than average for both of our tournaments here, so maybe that allowed some folks to sneak in. Peter Lustig says another month, another sub. Keep going. Thank you, Peter Lustig. Kingsman eats corn the long way. Who was wearing that shirt? Wasn't somebody wearing a shirt? Was that you, Tim? Somebody wore that shirt. I don't think that was you because it would be on your thing, but I saw some. Oh, Wilson. Nice. All right. Anyway, the pieces are in chat, right? 1-4. I'll pin this one. 149BAC. If you have a 149 blood alcohol content, that's pretty bad. All right, so 149 BAC. Both players are on seed. Both players have signaled ready. It is round 2, Tugi versus Tim. The winner goes to the top 16. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. On the left side of your screen, Tugi qualified into DAS Masters with a 1.033 million. That was the average of his best 2 games played in a 1-hour qualifying period. Tugi got a 1-round bye in virtue of his top 16 qualifier. It was 12th overall, of course. And so he doesn't have to play until round 2, which is very nice if you can do it. Tim defeated Myles in round 1, coming out of that 28 seed, which is pretty good. Tugi with a 1.34 million PB with DAS. That is 3rd on the PB lists. Tugi also ranked number 7 in the most recent DAS Premier poll. That was July for DAS players. So the number 7th ranked DAS player. 55,000 Tim, 138 for Tugi. You can find the full rankings over at premierpoll.com. Premier with an E at the end. This is Tugi's, what, 4th? Is this only 4th appearance? Is there only your? It could be only 4th appearance in DAS Masters. Has finished in the semifinals. Did so in well, last month, right? Wasn't that June? Last month, semifinals. Last month was a good CTM month overall for Tugi. Was in semifinals of DAS Masters and top 8 of Masters. I guess not last month, but June. Tugi, 4-time CTWC Gold Bracket player in 2020, 2021. Those are the online years, and then 2022 and 2024. He's been in Mega Masters 3 times the last 3 years. He's been in the Masters event 3 times. He's won various DAS tournaments, like the those CT DAS and CT DAS test tournaments back in 2022. Those are the Scamper tournaments. Has the former DAS world record score, as I said, now number 3 on the list. And of course, the host of the beloved Community Chronicles interview series that you can find on the CTM YouTube channel, interviews with Tetris players. His beloved. 297 for Tugi, 238 for Tim. On the right side of your screen, Tim defeated Myles in round 1, qualified into seed number 28 with a 937 average. From Great Britain. So great, so Brittany. He's got a PB of, last I checked, 1.13, maybe it's 1.14. It's hard to say exactly. But you have seen Tim most recently in CTWC UK. You've seen him in events in Poland, CTWC Silver Bracket in 2024, CTWC UK multiple years. Played in the Bronze Bracket in 2021 of CTWC. Also played CTEC that year. That was an online year. And Tim making his debut in CTM DAS Masters. 319 for Tim, 438 for Tugi. I know the bracket command is not up to date. Just kind of one thing I couldn't quite get to, but I will get that bracket command updated. However, you can always find the most recent tournaments linked at go.ctm.gg. And then they will always be on the front page of that. There's the bracket for Das. 529 for Tugi, 392 for Tim. Tetris Tim 415, 552 for Tugi. So the prize pool is up to $12.34. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to contribute to the prize pool at no cost, you can do that. 603 transition for Tugi, 465 transition for Tim, level 19. Tim's board needs some help though, as he's kind of got holes in multiple rows and columns. Still low enough to fix. Thank you for redeeming that code, whoever that was. Oh, that was Chen. Thank you, Chen. So Tim still working on the down stack here. Tugi hasn't really slowed down yet. 658. All right. Tim gonna chuck a long bar over to the right. It's gonna be good for a triple, but more importantly, just gonna help him bring this stack back down. And he's got a spire here, so he's trying to work around that. Hyper Prime, Burbia, thank you for doing some of those codes. 723 for Tugi, 495 for Tim. Tetris Tim, 523. Oh, Tugi with a couple pieces in the middle, so he'd really love a long bar like right now, and he can't get it over. So that is going to be a top out for Tugi at 753. The chase down target for Tim, yeah, 753. He topped out 752. Target 753. And Tim's got time. So he's 190,000 points behind, but he can do this. There's a Tetris. Tetris is on 24. Are worth 30,000 points. So this is doable. It's not singleable all the way. So we'll have to, find some, a Tetris or two along the way. And Tim with great survival here. I don't know how you see this level 26. That's just bonkers. Maybe it's just the capture, but. All right, Tim's still going. 130,000 points to go. With their Tetris Tim. 652. Now 100,000 points to go. Level 26 Tetrises are 32. So really, 3 Tetrises would seal it. He's got 18 lines to work with. There's Tetris number 1. There's Tetris number 2. Now, we'll see. Okay, he's cleaning this up. Oh my goodness. Is he setting up? Oh my word. Oh my goodness. 729. Where is he going to find these points? Oh no, that right side is not going to be survivable, and so close. Gets to within 20,000 points, so nearly a 200,000 point chase down, and Tim within 20,000 points of chasing Tugi down. So a great effort from Tim, but Tugi is gonna just barely survive. So GG's Tugi, and really GG's Tim. That was a great attempt, but Tugi will hang on and take game number 1. All right, all of Tim's Friends in chat giving him what for. Okay, new pieces, players. 4834 D7. So this is what, I got to admit, this is what I love about the UK. Is like the way that your friends support you is by ripping into you without mercy. And in the US, the way your friends support you is say, oh, it's okay. You'll do better next time. It's fine. We believe in you. In the UK, they're just like, you're an idiot. Those are my people. I got to admit, those are my people. All right, people continuing to redeem coupon codes. Thank you. Did I put seeds in? Yeah, we got seeds. 4834 D7. Second digit is 8. Yes. All right, so let's make 100% sure. 4834 D7. Yeah, we are good. All right, looks like we're ready for game number 2. Tugi is up 1-0. Tim would love to win this one to tie it up. All right, Tetris for Tugi. Tim already with a spire in the middle of the board. But he's going to try to get it worked out. Tetris Tugi. And another one. So Tim working on finding his first Tetris of game number 2. And really almost effected a great chase down. He was so close. I thought he was going to get it. And of course, you get a sort of an early opportunity against a player like Tugi. It's pretty, you don't get those opportunities very often. 137 for Tugi. 59 for Tim. Of course, we saw Tim play a great game in his first round. All right, Tugi with some cleanup to do. Kind of a bunch of different holes and gaps. He's trying to clear those away. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Streaming with all you guys is like the best part of my day and week. Tetris for Tugi, column 8, one row off the bottom. And now he's working on transferring that well over to column 10. Javanti, Burbia, Titan, Jedi, Evan, SV, Leo, JDH, Alex H. Thanks for hanging out. 3 2s, 8-Bit Lord, Titan, El Pelton, Poopy Old Hag. All the stars are here. A skimming of Tetris there for Tugi, 251. Tim at 171. He is set up for a dirty if he can find a bar. But now a little high here and gets a bar, but cannot use it for a Tetris. So Tim, oh wow, gets that S piece This is going to be tough. If he can get a bar now, can he get it? Yes, he got it over. There is a Tetris. That is going to bring it down. You know, you love the points. You like bringing the stack down out of danger even more, though. Tetris Tugi, 302. 202 for Tim. All right, just about the same line count. Tugi ahead by about 120,000 points, 327 to 210. Dirty Tetris Tim. There's Tetris Tugi. Hey everybody, it's your old pal Van Dweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day. 396 for Tugi, 261 for Tim. All right, Tim going to find a tuck with that J piece. Opens up the right side. Oh, kind of a early shift there with that Z, but Tim, it's going to be fine. It's at Tetris over 287, but he's back right now by, you know, they're one line apart. Tim back by about 180,000 points. Tetris Tim 312. And level 19 fast approaching. All right, Tim is in with a single at 320, so kind of a suffer transition here. Oh, but he's going to sort of quick tap that piece over to the right side, but Tim not out of the woods yet. Quick taps coming out hot and heavy right now on Tim's side, and he needs them. This is going to be really tough to survive, and Tugi is good in game number 2. Tim going to top out 325 on level 19. Tim says, first, that was pretty good. All right, the new pieces are here. Players, if you do need to take a moment, that's okay. All right. Piece check 0D1AE7. All right, both players good. Game number 3, Tugi is up 2-0. Looking to lock this down right now. Tim needs to win to stay in. 8-Bit Lord says, by the way, Vandy, has it been decided how many slots there will be for Mega Dasters? Probably 64. Now, I'm not 1,000% sure that Mega Dasters will be next month. I've got, as I mentioned earlier, I have a situation at the apartment that I'm uncertain as to whether I'll actually be able to be in this apartment consistently because of well, some mold remediation that has to take place. I didn't cause the mold. They caused the mold with their maintenance, but I just can't 100% commit to being able to do it next month. So things might be delayed by a month. So I will keep you up to date. 139 Tugi, 139 Tim. Tugi sets up a Vitz, which I guess is redundant since Vitz means vertical high tuck setup. I guess I could just say sets up a Vit. Would that be how I should do it? Sets up a Vit. 187 for Tugi, 187 Tim. Yeah, basically any new tournaments are on pause until I just know what my housing situation is going to be, because there's a real possibility that, I mean, I'm not living in a place with mold, that's for sure. So 217 for Tim, 242 for Tugi. All right, Tim is set up. And Tim gets a Tetris 263. There's one Tugi. So one line apart, 3,000 points apart, neck and neck. Yeah, not homeless. It's just having to live in a different place or a hotel or something. So with that hanging over my head, I'm just not going to launch anything. $290 for Tim, $314 for Tugi. Oh, Tim kind of, set up a did a sort of a pullback of the L piece on the left side to make room for the incoming long bar. Like, I never have time to do that. So Tim definitely on a whole other level, or maybe 3 or 4 levels above me, that's for sure, because I cannot pull that off. Tetris Tim, 388, 385 Tugi, so still pretty neck and neck. And much better pace here for Tim versus the previous game. Dirty double there for Tugi. All right, no problem here. Tugi opens up that right. And a Tetris for Tugi, 421, 442 for Tim. Tetrises again for both. Tim ahead by 2 lines and 20,000 points. All right, level 19 approaches. Tetris for Tim, 520 into 19 at 545. Tugi is in at 541, so 4,000 point difference at their 19 entry. So still pretty close. Early shift there for Tugi, but no problem. Regains Das. And Tetris for Tugi, 575. Tim, kind of a formation in the middle of his stack, but trying to get this worked around. Right side, okay. Bars happening. Bringing it down. Tim surviving. Okay. It looks like Tim getting this fixed. All right, and Tim, yeah, not going to set up with that long bar in column 9. But there you go. Finally does set get set, talks, hello, words, hi. Sorry, does get set up and gets a Tetris. Anyway, Tetris Tim, 632, 650 for Tugi. Oh, no perfect clear for Tim. Oh no, Tim with the Tetris, but now kind of a T-shaped hole at the bottom of his board. It's going to allow Tugi to get some separation between him and Tim. Tetris, Tugi, 617. And it looks like we have a contribution to the prize pool from who? It's R1R2. R1R2 says, join Tetris for the non-pros at tnp.tetris.lol. Thank you, R1R2. $10 contribution. We're up to $24.34. All right, Tim, Tetris 742. He was already Tetris ready, but he committed to putting that long bar over to the left. All right, Tim takes a triple to down stack here. Tetris for Tim, 783. Nice long bar for the middle of his board. Barely see anything at this level 26. It's just nuts. All right, Tim here not trying to avoid taking burns here because he is back by almost 100,000 points. 17 lines to go for Tim. And these holes that he's having to put in the stack as he awaits the bar. And yeah, no, that is going to be it for Tim. And Tugi is good. Tim put up a good fight. Won his first match ever in Das Masters, so maybe we'll call that a moral victory. But Tugi is going to win this one. Max out 29. Tugi takes this one 3-0 and will be advancing to the top 16. So GG's, Tim, you did great. Tugi, congratulations to you. You are going to be playing against, well, we'll show everyone in a moment. Okay. You are going to be playing against someone in the top 16. Yeah, it's going to be Leo. Anyway, GG's, Tim. Also, again, you did great. Hope to see you again in future events. 5.5 years and finally got that Vandy comps. Tim, I feel like, were you in a Tetris deathmatch way back in the day? You must have been. Now, I can't check the match database because it's not letting me check for non-ELO matches, but I feel like I had you on a Tetris deathmatch way early. But of course, that's before I was really commentating. I was just a guy hosting a stream. Now, of course, I'm this amazing top tier professional level commentator. You don't think you ever played it? I feel like, let me check. Match date. Yeah, maybe you didn't. I feel like I don't know. Maybe it's just because you've been in chat so long. Well, that is going to do it for for the Das Masters brackets for today. This is the state of things in the top 16. We have determined 2 of our open top 16 spots. One in the orange bracket. It's going to be AV Geek versus Merker, and then Tugi versus Leo in the purple. So I don't think there's any other Das Masters brackets that are scheduled right now, at least as of the beginning of the day. But we do have one more orange bracket or we have the orange bracket of the Masters event today. 3 p.m. That's going to be in about 40 minutes. Going to be Sunny versus Somalian, winner versus Myles. We got a bunch of Masters events scheduled Tuesday, Wednesday, and then not tomorrow, but Sunday after. Also, Stupid Tetris Monthly finale, Dog Gerald, Dylan, and Jerpy. That's going to be Thursday night, prime time here in the U.S. Means early morning for Europe. Sorry. But that is what is coming up. So 40 minutes, and we will be back with that Masters stream. And new followers, thank you, Pasta with Sauce. That's Ravioli, Twitch Raid, Ramble on Ian. Thanks for supporting the channel, you guys. Thank you to those of you who contributed to the prize pool. We had a bunch of people contributing or redeeming contribution codes. We got 28 left, so almost halfway there. I guess we're 48% of the way there. Is that how? 44% of the way there. That's how math works, I think. Also, thanks to R1R2 for the $10 contribution. Join Tetris for the non-pros at tnp.lol. And also, Army of Markness says, Go Das Heroes with the 384 contribution. Also, Whoops in there with the 5. Appreciate that. Thanks to our patrons who keep this channel going. We could not do what right now is 4 tournaments at a time without the patrons. It allows me to do this full time. No one's getting rich, but at the very least, I can be available 24/7 pretty much to run brackets. So thank you, patrons, everyone on this slide, and big thanks to Scott Gray, J9, Jay in the window, K9, Tacky, Corporal, Shelby, Troy, and K Mem, Rogue Potato, Cat, Mila, and Jason. So thanks, everybody. Okay, 39 minutes from now, we are gonna have this bracket coming up. Where is it? It's the orange bracket. Sunny, Somalian, Myles. Feeds into Pixel Andy, so good luck, everybody. Okay, take care all. See you in a bit. YouTube, bye-bye. Twitch, is Classic Tetris going right now? I think someone. Who else is going? Let's check and see.